How to beat the Instagram algorithm and boost your engagement. Okay, you can't really beat it, but you can dance with it. Well, anyways, by understanding how the algorithm works, you can utilize certain features of Instagram in order to increase engagement and boost those likes and comments and get new followers. We're gonna share a bunch of them today. And the first thing we gotta talk about is what the hell is the algorithm and how does it work? Now, in short, the algorithm is an AI system. This is robots, this is Skynet stuff. Not really, but it's essentially a computer program that's designed and it's always changing. It's ever changing. So what's funny is, by the time we post this video, what we're saying might not be relevant. Nonetheless, we gotta say it because right now it is relevant in the Matrix. The algorithm works in many different ways, but in short, it's always tracking what you're doing as a page and what your fans are doing, and then through a different mathematical formula, it's going to be moving certain content and different posts in different orders, and the audience who are following you are going to be able to see certain posts that perform better than others and relevant posts to things that they're already liking. So for example, if I'm going out and liking lots and lots of sports content. I'm always liking soccer videos or football videos or whatever. On my Explore page, you will certainly see soccer and those kind of videos because the algorithm sees me interacting with that content, and so it's gonna favor that kind of content to feed. I may not be following someone who is making cool soccer videos, but it might show up in my feed because the algorithm is catering to my needs and how I use the platform. Why is the algorithm even relevant? What the hell? I just want to post photos and get my likes. Well, in short, the algorithm is a system that's going to help you get more likes and more comments, more engagement if you're doing the right things that cater to Instagram's needs. So we're going to talk about some optimization tactics that you should absolutely be using if you are an avid Instagrammer. First and foremost, use the app the way it's designed to be used, okay? So let's think about some basic stuff. If I'm a beautiful photographer or cinematographer and I want to post my piece of content in a landscape format, let's think about what that would look like as someone is scrolling through their Instagram feed and they come across a piece of content that is like this on a screen that's built like this. You need to be paying attention to the usability of the platform. For this exact example, what I want you guys to know is the more space you can take up on the app itself, the better. You're gonna be catching more people's attention and holding on to it for longer. So using things like landscape shots, they're never gonna perform as well as portrait shots. So that's a very basic optimization thing that you need to pay attention to. Stat. Aside from ensuring you are optimizing your photo sizing and you're using great music and everything's filmed and shot beautifully, you need to remember one core concept. Content is king. It doesn't matter how beautiful you are as a photographer if what you're posting is shit, it's boring. It needs to have that wow factor. There are tools to implement to take the guesswork out of posting content that's going to perform well.
If you recall, back in the day, every time you posted a photo, it would go to the top of all of your followers' feed, which meant you get a lot more likes. At some point, Instagram, they said, okay, we're gonna give you the stuff that we think you're gonna like, as opposed to just chronologically giving the stuff that your followers are posting. When this happened, everybody's engagement just cut in half, because suddenly, you have a certain amount of followers, you post content, and most of them don't see it because Instagram's like, it's a shit piece of content. We're just not gonna show that to your followers because I think someone else's content is better. How does it actually, calculate all this stuff and figure out what content is better and what content is not better? That is the algorithm. If you know how this works, if you have an understanding of why they're doing it and what they're doing, you can kind of cater and play by those rules and figure out a way to make your content perform. So, formatting. A piece of content that you post on YouTube or Facebook or Instagram is going to be formatted differently based on the platform. Obviously, on Instagram, people have shorter attention span. It's a square or it's a portrait, right? It's not gonna be the landscape usually. It also has a lot to do with timing. Think about it, the platform is all about ADD, right? People just scroll through shit 24/7. People don't stick around to watch a video that's a full-length video. A minute is the longest you can have of a video, right? So unless you're capturing someone's attention right away in your content, people probably aren't gonna watch the whole thing. You're not gonna get all those views. So grab your attention right away with that content. Captions, calls to action. How do you boost your engagement? Well, you ask people for it. You know, like if you write a caption that's just stating a fact, like, oh, I went for a walk. Good for you, Sparky. But if you ask somebody a question, something like, have you ever been here? Have you ever done this walk? Or tag a friend that you want to go here with, assuming it's something cool, right? Like you're just asking for engagement. You're asking for interaction just by putting a question in your caption. It's quite simple, but you'd be surprised how many people just overlook that. And it's really not rocket science. Just by asking people to participate, you'll get them to participate. Hashtags. Doing a little bit of hashtag research will help you boost your engagement, because let's say your post ends up performing well and it's for a popular hashtag or for a geolocation and people are searching that hashtag a lot, and if your content performs well, it's at the top of those hashtags or that location, people will click on it and will help you boost your engagement as well, will help you grow followers. Everything kind of comes together. And it's really about combining all these little things that you get like a compounding effect, right? And first and foremost, like what I would say, your content has to be good. Utilizing stories and lives. So think about it. Let's take it back to the algorithm for a second. So the algorithm wants to serve people the best content, right? Think about this. The goal of the platform is to keep users on the platform as long as they possibly can, because the longer you spend on the platform, the more they can advertise to you and the more money they can make off of your attention on this app, right? Pretty straightforward, but a lot of people don't think about it like this. So the algorithm is always searching for the content that performs the best. So some of your favorite Instagrammers, if you follow them and you ever check their stories or their lives, you might notice them posting a piece of content on their page, and then they'll post a story saying, hey, I just posted a brand new piece of content. I've been working on this. Check it out. Give it a like, right? So you've got multiple touch points here. You're posting on your page itself, and you also got story, and you also got live. Well, as soon as you post a piece of content on your page, do a story saying, hey guys, I just posted a piece of content. I've been working on this content, or I just found this content and it's awesome. Go give it a like, go check it out. Give it a quick live if you're up to it. You know, give it a live, be like, hey, I just found this content, or I just been working on this. Go check it out, drop it a like, give it a comment. So if your piece of content gets a lot of likes and a lot of comments in the first little bit when it gets posted, then the algorithm thinks this is good content, and then it boosts it to the top. So if it boosts it to the top, more of your followers will see it, and you'll get more likes, you'll get more exposure, more engagement, and more growth. Everything is sort of compounding, right? It's silly to just kind of not utilize those features when they're there for you. And then, of course, there's interacting with other pages. You probably heard of the word engagement groups, which is where a bunch of pages get together and they like up each other's stuff. So like this is kind of hit or miss. Like the engagement group stuff might have worked like a year ago quite well, but obviously that's kind of messing with the algorithm, and they don't really want you to do that. They want it to be organic. As a content creator, if you post a piece of content and other content creators or curators, any other big pages are commenting and liking on that stuff, and they're authentic, they're not just like liking 50 things at once, they're just liking your stuff and commenting on your stuff, that is seen as a positive kind of boost for you, right? And having a bunch of those happen quickly will also help you boost your engagement, potentially hit the explore page, get in front of more people, help your content go viral. But again, all of this stuff is only relevant if your content's actually good. If you're posting something that's crap, it doesn't matter what you're doing, how many people are liking it, how many comments are left on it, none of that will matter. If the content is crap, it's crap, that's it. So make sure you have good content and implement all these other things. Keep in mind timing. You know, there are specific times that the platform is hot and when the platform's just not hot. If you're gonna post in the middle of the night, well, shit, you know, like who's really gonna see it in the middle of the night? Maybe you have some followers in Europe, great. But if you've been working on something, you're really stoked to release it, and just wait. You know, wait till Saturday morning. Saturday morning, everyone's off school, everyone's off work, everyone's just hanging out. What do they do in the morning? They go on their phone, and then, so timing is key, days of the week are key. And if you go in your analytics, you'll actually see what your hot times are with your own audience and just cater to those hot times, right? So those are just a couple ways how you can boost engagement on your page, how you can play within the rules of the algorithm, and how you can, just by understanding what the purpose of the algorithm is, what it's actually doing, how you can use it to your advantage. You know, because if no one else is understanding what they're doing and they're just doing the same old stuff and they're not thinking of it in that sense, well, their content is flopping. And if you come in and you're like, okay, well, I know how to do this, 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 and this, and you apply like 5 of these little principles together, and again, you actually have good content that's worth it, then you're kind of got a leg up over everybody else, and you're more likely to get your content to perform well, to engage, and to grow. If you like this video, if you found it useful, if you have any questions, please write them in the comments. We're happy to answer them. We're happy to make future videos based off of your questions. Subscribe to this channel, like our page. If you want to go deeper into the whole world, if you want to dive into the bottomless pit that is Instagram, we do have a link in the description. Click that link, sign up for the mailing list, and we will send you a whole bunch more stuff that is just too much for the YouTube channel. Anyways, hope you like this video, and I'll see you on the next one.